everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Cosmo Warrior Zero for the PlayStation. This game was developed and published by Taito and released in Japan only in 2000. And it's based on a series of OVAs of the same name that tie into older anime like Gun Frontier and Space Pirate Captain Harlock. And if the character designs look familiar, that's because it's from the same studio that produced Space Battleship Yamato and Galaxy Express 999, amongst many others. And the story centers around the title character, Warrior Zero, who lost his family in a war between humans and robots, and is now on a mission for the Earth's space fleet to bring in the legendary space pirate, Captain Harlock, and to that end he battles with all kinds of crazy characters throughout the galaxy. Cosmo Warrior Zero is essentially an arena combat game, and the closest things I can compare it to are the Capcom-developed Spawn and Heavy Metal Dreamcast games. You take control of your selected character. Initially, only Zero is available, but you can unlock more, and you and your opponent run around in an enclosed area trying to shoot, slash, and lob grenades at each other. It's a very simple premise and one that's pretty much always fun, very pick up and play. The controls are pretty easy to get the hang of. The face buttons each perform a different attack. The shoulder buttons allow you to strafe, do a 360 turn, and tuck and roll. And movement is best done with the analog sticks. It's a tad awkward with the D-pad. And scattered around each stage are power-ups to be contended for. There are two gameplay modes to choose from. One is basically an arcade mode, where you just plow through all the other characters one after another, and the other is a story mode that has you playing through various levels, killing lesser enemies, collecting items, and navigating mazes before you face the boss character, who is one of the other playable characters in the battle mode. These levels are fun, but the nature of the camera makes it difficult to focus on more than one enemy at a time, so it's very common to be hit from the side or from behind by an enemy that you didn't even know was there. But this mode makes the game a much better single-player experience and adds to the playtime as well, and not in a bad way. It is enjoyable. Also in this mode, you can collect items to unlock images to be viewed in the gallery mode. Mostly just production art and portraits, but when it comes to anime-based games, galleries are always appreciated. Overall, this is a really fun, fairly fast-paced, and action-packed game. It's lacking some of the polish that other arena shooters from the late 90s and early 2000s had, but for what it is, it's good. It didn't knock my socks off, but at no point was I ever having a bad time.
やりますね。
これでこのくらいで
The presentation in Cosmo Warrior Zero is a little weak, mostly in the sound department. The visuals are decent, about as good as you might expect from PS1 graphics. Everything is shaped well, not much problems with jagged edges and so forth, but the textures are a little lacking in detail, which is especially noticeable when you're up close to enemies and surfaces. It is a fairly colorful game though, and it doesn't suffer from slowdown, which is excellent. The cutscenes, on the other hand, are kind of disappointing. They're drawn well enough, and I love the character designs, but it's all still images. When I'm playing an anime-based game, especially on a 32-bit console, I want to see some animation. So they look nice, but completely lack motion. The sound design is the most underwhelming area of the game for me, though. All of the music is extremely passive, almost ambient at times. And there are points during the story mode where it is literally nothing but ambient sound, no music at all. The music that is here isn't bad, it's just probably not the music I would have gone with for such an action-oriented game. The voice acting is really good though, and so are the sound effects. So on the whole, I'd say the presentation is decent, and you'll like it more if you're a fan of this series, but for me, the gameplay and the license are the real draws here.
このくらいでそこだこのくらいで
うめくちと変わり果ててしまった。これはそう遠くない未来の地球の姿。
だからどうしたというのだ。今の俺にこの遺跡のことは関係ない。
土地郎がなぜあなたを私のところに連れてきたのか、その意味を分かってくれなかったのですね。
そんな意味を知る必要はない。行くぞエメラルダス。
ならばそういうことですね。
So this is a pretty fun game that lacks a bit of finesse here and there, but is ultimately an enjoyable experience and probably something that fans of this and similar series will want to give a try, which I would recommend. Perhaps best of all, this is an extremely affordable game. Brand new factory sealed copies can be found online for around 20 bucks, and used copies go for as little as 5, which it's well worth. If you're a fan of arena-style action shooting games in the vein of Spawn and Heavy Metal, and you've got a taste for classic anime, then Cosmo Warrior Zero might just be right up your alley. Check it out.